flashlight on, it would help. All right, well, we are here with a face that may be familiar to readers of the site, who I've interviewed before, who's here. We're just not into that "you is your sign." And you're here to protest against Scott Brown today.
Yes.
Now, why against Scott Brown today, and why for the Second Amendment, of course?
It's a broader issue than the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is, like, the focus of this particular rally, but Scott Brown voted for the National Defense Authorization Act once he got to Washington, D.C., and it's a notorious provision of indefinite detention of American citizens without due process or trial. And
that's an issue that you've been big on.
That shows me all I need to know about anybody. I would never support any candidate for any office that had voted for that.
Now, do you think this is a real the Brown candidacy could be a real danger for Republicans in New Hampshire, in that it might cause a GOP civil war in the state if he ends up winning?
No, the people just won't go out and vote. People just won't bother in the general election to vote. They'll lose to Jeanne Shaheen.
And not only if they don't bother to show up will Jeanne Shaheen win, but you'll have more Democrat victories in the state level, in the House and Senate, which is really going to hurt New Hampshire even more.
Yeah, I mean, he may motivate and activate her base more than maybe a lesser-known name that runs against her. So he could do more damage, I guess, than good.
Now, do you have a preferred candidate for New Hampshire Senate yet? Or have you made up your mind?
I've listened to Jim Rubin's, and I thought that I liked everything he had to say pretty much. I think he's going to be my candidate. Unless somebody new on the horizon that I haven't seen yet, I like Jim.
Now, it is December 19th. It's 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. It's really cold out here. Basically, they brought a shovel late. Most of the stuff that's been patted down here was patted down by feet. And there's 300 people here to protest Scott Brown. Should that be a message to the New Hampshire GOP?
Yes, it should be a message. When you have more people outside in the cold than you have inside, you have a serious disconnect with your base. This is the base. If we're willing to stand out in the snow right now, we would be the ones that would be walking door to door and knocking on doors for the general election. We're not going to do it. So I don't see a very large pool of people that went in there that are going to take our place.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and great to see you again.
You too.